Alrighty, here we are again. I've had this bike literally exactly 2 weeks to the day, and I've fallen so in love with it already. I love this bike. I'm already saying that I'm never going to sell it. And I never used to consider myself a kind of sports super bike kind of guy. I always preferred a more of a muscle bike. But this one, there's something special about it. It's got a character, it's got a bit of old school charm about it with the carbs and the, the choke and that. Just the handling. One thing I have always liked about super bikes is they're always going to be more capable than myself. Like, I'll never get this out on tracks and wish it would sort of lean over quicker or something, or accelerate harder and stuff. I think the performance is always going to be stonkingly astonishing for myself, and it will handle better than my capabilities. So this will last me many years. I don't think I'll ever get bored of it. The performance, I've got plenty of experience now, just like ranting it. The low down torque is a bit disappointing, coming from someone who's used to like sort of 1.2 litre bikes that aren't as fast, but the torque is very useful around town. This one, and I've heard about other litre sports bikes as well, you've got to kind of really rev them up to get them going. So it makes you look like more of a hooligan than you really are when you're around town. You've got to kind of keep it around sort of 3,500–4,000 RPM, which is quite a high sort of rev, I think, for just going about town. It makes you look a bit hooligan-y. But then there's power on tap. If you just got, you go up to the traffic lights and they sort of go orange just before going red, you can blip it and get across the crossing before you get stuck at a red light. If you're just cruising along at low revs, like say 2.5, there's not quite the performance there. You got to wait for it to sort of rev up. But it's not an issue really. I've just got to change my riding style. So it's not the bike's fault. It's just me getting used to getting the most out of it, I guess. Today I'm going to take this little cap off because it just restricts I don't know if it restricts the power, but it certainly restricts the noise. And I think it was just on there for the equivalent of the MOT test here in Japan, which is every 2 years, which I like, not every year like you get in England. So yeah, I'm going to take that off now. I'll rev it up a bit now so you can hear it, and yeah, then I'll take it off and then we'll film it again, and then we can hear the sound difference. Okay, so not the loudest noise, quite raspy, a little bit poppy and crackly, but only once you rev it up quite high. Let me take this out. Whoops. Hopefully it doesn't fall into the exhaust. It's well hot. Yeah, it's hot. Come on, there you go. Ooh. Right, instantly that looks better. I love the look of that, having that big open tube there. So it should sound now how the exhaust was originally designed to sound. Let's try it. Okay, so I don't know if you picked that up. I mean, video cameras, they'll never record a sound of an engine like it is in real life. The main difference I heard actually being here was the bass tone. You can actually feel it vibrating the ground on my feet. Yeah, much nicer. Just kind of the same. The pops and crackles had a sort of bassier tone to them as well. Yeah, I much prefer it without. So that's how it's going to stay. I'll keep it obviously for the next kind of road test safety thing. But yeah, cool. I like the look of it, prefer the sound of it, so that's a worthwhile couple of seconds work for me. So there you go, latest little update on my R1. It's a great bike. Like, if you get one, I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Even if you're coming from like the latest ultra fast H2R whatever bollocks super bike, this has got a charm about it that I'm sure new bikes don't have. Just like modern cars aren't as enjoyable to drive as old cars, even though they're so much faster and handle better. They're not as enjoyable. Like, you never see people smiling while driving like the latest Range Rover or something. They always look super full of their own ego and just moody. People in old cars usually enjoy themselves a lot more than people in new cars. And I think it's the same for motorbikes. The traction control and ABS and all that. Well, you know, one of my favorite modifications to my FJ12 was removing the ABS. Man, you have no idea how much more feel there was on braking. Like, you wouldn't expect to enjoy braking so much, but when you modify it and you improve it, just the feel, and just, I actually felt like I had more control without ABS. Much nicer, so I'm a fan of not having ABS. Doesn't have ABS. It's an old bike. It's got a charm and a character, and I'm really enjoying riding it and getting to know it. One thing I have got to mention, the roads out here in Japan, like, it's quite mountainous area here. There's some stonking roads, like probably twisty, into the ones I've just been on now. It's like 6 kilometers, yeah, of like just twists and turns going up to the top of the mountain and then all the way down. It's actually quite tiresome. It's like second gear, not even third gear, it's just second gear most of the way, but quite often changing to the first gear because it was just so tight, like almost stopping to go around these really tight corners. It would be a wicked racetrack for like Mini Coopers or Caterhams or something. Not quite suited for this, but it was good fun. It was almost too much. It was like getting tiresome, changing gear and stopping all the time. But yeah, at the top, where it opened up a little bit, it was a bit more fun. A lot of like tyre marks where the guys go out at night, practice their drifting out here. Like, it really makes sense that all like drifting and culture come from here, because the mountainous roads are amazing. And they're miles away from any kind of town as well, so it's like perfect if you go out there late at night, just race your car about. It was wicked. So yeah, I'll take a screenshot of the road I was on so you can see what I'm on about. But yeah, it was pretty mental. It was good fun. So maybe I'll have to get some sort of camera on my helmet or stuck on the bike or something so I can show you these roads. Excuse me. Alright, so that's it. I'll wrap it up for today. Just my main idea for this video was doing that exhaust upgrade, if you can call it an upgrade, just changing it back to how it was meant to be. So yeah, cool. R1, buy one if you can, because word is on the street they're going to go up in value soon if you can buy a standard one. And they've all been ranted and they've all been ragged, so don't worry about that. Just get one in the best condition you can and look after the bits that might have worn out from a definite life of being raced about. Thanks, see you next time, bye.